Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson reportedly earns $30 million upon agreeing to become a member of the TKO board of directors. How did that influence the plans when it comes to his possible WrestleMania main event match against Roman Reigns? We've got the ratings for Friday's episode of SmackDown, which of course saw the controversial segment of Cody Rhodes stepping aside to allow The Rock to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. The reactions internally from both WWE and AEW to the controversy involving Stardom's co-founder being fired for possibly poaching talent has been revealed as well. An update on which WWE brand Jade Cargill is expected to join. Also an update on plans for Andrade on Monday Night Raw after he signed with the brand last week. Tiffany Stratton reportedly is now finished with NXT and officially a member of the SmackDown roster moving forward. Plus an update on the price of AEW Fight Forever being dropped. Hey guys, welcome back to Rest News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about The Rock and the price of him reportedly joining the TKO board of directors, specifically when it comes to his compensation. Now, after more than a week of being surrounded by controversy thanks to the lawsuit filed against former executive chairman Vince McMahon, WWE drew a different kind of controversy on SmackDown on Friday when Cody Rhodes stepped aside to allow Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. As the wrestling sphere continues to debate whether WWE made the right call, more details have emerged regarding The Rock's increased involvement with not only WWE but also parent company TKO Group Holdings, including how much money the Great One is seemingly set to make. In the latest episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer reported that The Rock earned a robust $30 million upon agreeing to join TKO's board of directors, as well as agreeing to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The deal, agreed to in early January, possibly really early January, so way prior to the Royal Rumble, which of course Cody Rhodes won and seemingly challenged Roman Reigns at, was arranged by both WWE President Nick Khan and Endeavor/TKO CEO Ari Emanuel, with The Rock's prior relationships with both helping to pave the way towards an agreement. Beyond Khan and Emanuel, many in WWE were said to be unaware of The Rock's agreement to face Roman Reigns. While The Rock's financial deal and board seat seem secure, the match with Roman Reigns may not be, as WWE is said to be monitoring the situation involving fans reacting negatively to The Rock replacing Rhodes as Reigns' opponent. It is believed the reaction has been used to start an angle involving Rhodes taking on a similar role to that of Bryan Danielson/Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston in past years, though it remains unclear whether Rhodes will supplant Rock or be added to the match to make it a triple threat contest. The in-ring questions will likely be answered this Thursday when WWE holds a WrestleMania 40 press conference in Las Vegas, Nevada. Along with other WWE superstars, The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes are all expected to be in attendance and possibly will get a better indication as to what the plans are for WrestleMania 40 moving forward. Now, speaking of The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes, we've got the ratings for Friday's episode of SmackDown on Fox. Now, Friday's episode saw a controversial finish that certainly the WWE Universe and pro wrestling fans in general are still discussing to this day, with trends of "We Want Cody" and "We Want Rock" still trending on social media. As far as the episode itself, SmackDown on Fox drew 2.469 million viewers and also scored a 0.74 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic. This was first reported by Programming Insider. Now, this is the highest 18 to 49 demographic rating since August 25, 2023. In terms of the comparison with total viewership, the episode versus last week is just slightly below last week's 2.475 million viewers. Still technically, though, it's just a minus of 0%, technically, if you're going to round it. Now, the episode versus the trailing 4 weeks was actually up 1%. The current 2024 Q1 average versus the 2023 Q1 average is also up 1% as well. Now, in terms of the 18 to 49 comparison, it's actually up 4% from last week's 0.71. Now, this episode versus the trailing 4 weeks was actually 0.66, so it's up 12% from the 4 weeks trailing as well. Now, the current 2024 Q1 18-49 average is far superior than last year's Q1 average. It's up actually 10% as well. Now, the current 18-49 average in February versus last year as well is also up 21%. So certainly, again, very, very strong numbers, and it's going to be very interesting to see what the reaction when it comes to the ratings viewership for Raw tonight and SmackDown this week is after all of the controversy on social media as we head closer and closer to WrestleMania. Now, this has been a massive story. We covered this earlier on today, so be sure to check it out there. But last night, news broke that Japanese promotion Stardom was losing its co-founder, Rossy Agawa, with Stardom's parent company, Bushiroad, accusing Agawa of poaching talent and releasing him from his contract. Now, as of now, it's unclear who Agawa was recruiting talent for. Some have suggested he's going to set up his own company in Japan, but based on Tony Khan's reaction to Agawa's firing, it's safe to say that it wasn't AEW. Speaking on today's Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer elaborated on the reaction within AEW and WWE. Quote, "A couple of months ago, WWE made a play. They wanted to work with Stardom," Meltzer said. "That's where that stands. What that means, if it's going to be Stardom or if it's going to be Rossy's new promotion, that remains to be seen." Paul, Triple H, Levesque, and other figures within WWE have known about Agawa's impending departure from Stardom for quite some time. Meltzer then said that Kairi Sane, knowing Agawa would be leaving, decided to depart Stardom for WWE once again in the middle of last year. Noting Khan's social media reaction, Meltzer stated that AEW had previously made attempts to bring in talent from Stardom. However, rather than being held up by issues with Agawa, the requested talent was reportedly already booked for Stardom events on the necessary dates, and a deal was unable to be worked out. Additionally, Stardom had an interest in using Chris Statlander, but the two sides couldn't come together for an unknown reason. Based on his reaction, Khan clearly believes Agawa's departure will be a good thing for a potential AEW Stardom relationship, which seems likely considering the promotion already works with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Meltzer also went into depth discussing the details of Agawa's departure. This includes contextualizing Agawa's role in the promotion and how the relationship with Bushiroad formed and, of course, eventually soured. Quote, "The thing's been brewing for months," Meltzer said. "Rossy Agawa founded Stardom 13 years ago, and 5 years ago in 2019, he basically wanted to sell, stay in charge, and wanted a bigger company to help grow it. WWE wanted to buy it, and Bushiroad wanted to buy it, and of course he sold it to Bushiroad." According to Meltzer, a sale to WWE would have reflected poorly on Stardom, and selling to Bushiroad, the owner of New Japan Pro Wrestling, made sense. The company invested a lot of time and money into Stardom, and things were reportedly going well until the COVID-19 pandemic had a major effect on business. While a great deal of money went into production and publicity over the last several years, Meltzer said the talent and employees didn't see significant pay increases, which led to discontent. Additionally, Agawa was not satisfied with his position in the company. Quote, "When it came to booking decisions, Bushiroad wanted to book really wacky stuff, and Agawa didn't want to book really wacky stuff," Meltzer continued. "They were overruling his booking. All of the wheels were in motion a long, long time ago. He was going to go, and he had given his notice." So certainly it's a developing story, and of course, we get any more details on this moving forward, we'll let you know. Now, some people were wondering what was going to be happening with Jade Cargill following her impressive display at the Royal Rumble. Now, former AEW TBS champion Jade Cargill officially signed with WWE back in September of last year, where she's been training at the WWE Performance Center in recent months. After months of anticipation, Jade finally made her in-ring debut in this year's Women's Royal Rumble match, single-handedly eliminating Nia Jax before eventually coming third in the bout. Following her debut, Jade made an appearance on last week's episode of SmackDown, where she was offered a contract by SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis for the SmackDown brand. However, Jade is still yet to sign with any WWE brand, and we now have the latest on her branded status with the company following her debut. Per PW Insider, Jade is yet to be actually officially assigned to a brand on the main roster as of right now. Now, there were tentative plans for her to be part of the Raw roster, but this was several months ago, though things may have changed since then. She's not been officially signed to a main roster brand as of this recording, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, things can change in the world of professional wrestling very quickly. Speaking of people that have been assigned to a brand, though, Andrade. We have an update on Andrade. There's been an update on the creative plans for Andrade after he made his return to the company recently. The former United States champion made his return to the company at the Royal Rumble, where he entered the men's Royal Rumble match at number 4. On the following episode of Raw, Andrade officially signed with the Raw brand, and there's been an update on his future with the Red brand moving forward. Per PW Insider, the plan for Andrade is to be a babyface on the Monday Night Raw roster moving forward. Now, Andrade had been a heel for his entire previous main roster run, only serving as a babyface when he actually first arrived in NXT back in 2016. So it looks to be that Andrade is going to be a babyface on Monday Night Raw. But what about a heel on Friday Night SmackDown? Well, that's what Tiffany Stratton is going to be, because she is now done in the developmental brand of NXT. Former NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton made her main roster debut in the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match, where she entered at number 29 and ultimately finished 5th in the match. Following her appearance at the Royal Rumble, Stratton appeared on SmackDown, emerging from Nick Aldis' office after Naomi, revealing that she, like Naomi, had signed a SmackDown contract. In recent months, a number of WWE superstars have balanced work in NXT with the main roster, such as Dragon Lee, Dominic Mysterio, Carmelo Hayes, and Becky Lynch, but we now have officially an update on Stratton's future. Per PW Insider, Stratton is now officially done with NXT and is set to be a full-time member of the SmackDown brand moving forward. As expected, and as we saw Friday night, Stratton will remain a heel on the brand as well. Of course, as I mentioned, her SmackDown in-ring debut took place last week as well, where she defeated Michin Mia Yim, hitting her prettiest moonsault ever finish for the victory. Finally, an update on AEW Fight Forever. Now, with all that's been going on in pro wrestling over the last month, let alone the last year, it's easy to forget that AEW's video game Fight Forever wasn't actually released that long ago, arriving to all consoles back in June of 2023. That appears to be enough time for AEW to make a decision that might lead to an uptick in sales. Taking to X on social media today, AEW announced that Fight Forever would be reducing its price going forward. The game will now be available at $29.99 for all consoles and PC, a sharp decrease from the original pricing of $59.99 as well. Now, it's unclear what's prompted AEW to lower the price for Fight Forever, though it is common for the prices on games to be reduced as they remain on the market. The game has continued to be expanded since its release last year, adding modes such as the online Stadium Stampede match, beating the Elite, and several new wrestlers to its roster, including Keith Lee, Timeless Tony Storm, and The Acclaimed. Updates are expected to continue as the game is set to be AEW's sole console game release for the foreseeable future. Now, the Fight Forever price reduction kicks off a week for AEW that promises to deliver even more news, particularly when it comes to Dynamite this Wednesday. The show will feature Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland facing off for the 3rd time, with the winner going on to challenge Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship at AEW Revolution. Also scheduled are Sting and Darby Allin to challenge for the AEW World Tag Team Championships against Absolute Ricky Starks and Big Bill, while AEW owner and president Tony Khan will make a big announcement rumored to be related to free agent wrestler Mercedes Moné. But there you go, guys. This latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.